going to see the disadvantages or the limitations of auditing. First, we will see the cost factor. A very thorough and detailed audit will be very costly affair. It is not cost effective, so the auditor has no limit the scope of his audit and use techniques like sampling and test checking. Choosing a qualified auditor. Choose an auditor who has experience auditing organization of your size and type. And we have to be prepared to provide the auditor with all the necessary documentation and the information in very timely manner. Communicate with the auditor. To be open and honest with the auditor about your organization, operations and risk. And the next point should be to ask the auditor to explain their findings and recommendations to you in a very clear manner. Next, we will see the time factor. Auditor generally work on a very specific timeline. Sometimes this is due to statutory requirements. This means he has to audit a whole year's accounts in a few weeks. Hence, insufficient time is one of the main limitations of an auditing. Next comes the inconclusive evidence. Generally, the audit evidence the auditor collect is persuasive in nature, not conclusive in nature. So, there is a never 100% conclusive evidence in most cases while auditing. This is one of the major limitation of auditing. There are also a lot of use of estimates in accounting. The auditor cannot measure or comment on the exact accuracy of these estimates. He has rely on his own knowledge. And the recommendation or the implementation of an auditor to improve your organization operations in internal and also in the external. The auditors collects is often the pervasive in nature, not conclusive. This means that there is always some uncertainty about the results of an auditor. And sampling. The auditor typically only tests a sample of transactions and records. So there is a risk that errors or frauds could be undetected. Judgment comes other limitation where the auditor must use their judgment to assess the risk of errors and frauds and to design and perform audit procedure. This means that there is a risk that auditor could make errors in his auditing. The nature of evidence. The evidence that auditor collects is often pervasive in nature and not a conclusive. There should be an uncertainty. And comes the more cost. Auditor can be very expensive, especially for small business. Time, as I said, audits can take time so to complete, which can disrupt the business operations too. Next disadvantages is securing loans from bank, which states whether it is a true. This statement is in the fact true. Audited statement or a necessity when availing loan or credit facility from bank. These banks are more assured about the financial position of the company and can sanction loan accordingly. These are the some type of disadvantages of an auditing, where the limitation which shows the audit can have some of the stakeholders' confidence, where can be a moral check, independent viewpoint, you can correct the errors and frauds, and the principal aspect covered by the auditing, investigation which can compare with the auditing, basic principles what the audit and governing has been done or not. Thank you.